Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. This is Matt Brown, and the channel is called Southern Indiana Mack Volvo Sales. Dealership is Mack Truck Sales here in Evansville, Indiana. I'll just give you the kind of broad strokes on these trucks before we get a little more up close and personal with them. So they do have a 207-inch wheelbase. They are equipped with a Mack MP8 445 horsepower engine that makes 1,850 pound-feet of torque. They do have the M-Drive automated manual transmission with the premium shifter, so you can select through the first 6 gears if you're out in the fields and needing to come out real slow. They do have a single 125-gallon fuel tank. That's about 117 usable. Front axle is 12,000 pound rating. Rear axle is 40,000 pound rating. They are air ride. They do have 11R 22.5 tires with all aluminum wheels. They also have a Jost Pinnacle fifth wheel. So we'll show you that here in just a little bit, but that means that you can either haul a frame type trailer, a van trailer, hopper bottom, or you can haul a frameless trailer. And I've got one of those referenced in an earlier video. But we'll get up and take a closer look at these things, and I'll show you a little more about the particulars. We'll start off in the engine compartment, but the first thing I want to show you is how easy it is to open these hoods. It's not like the hoods of old where you really had to work to get these things open. One-handed. And the nice thing about Mack is they've got a wind stop, so if you heard that click, that'll keep the hood from closing while you're working on that engine, maybe if you're out in some wind. We'll get up and take a little closer look here. Alright, here's the driver's side of the engine compartment. So as you can see, it's our Mack MP8 engine. Again, I said it was 445 horsepower. Produces 1,850 pound-feet of torque. Thing I like about this, it's a clean engine. There's not a lot of stuff hanging off of it. And for your driver's safety, oil fill, power steering, dipstick, coolant, and a fuse panel right here all on one side, so they can do all their safety pre-trip checks right here on this side of the engine. We'll take a look at the other side now. This will be the passenger side of the engine. As you can see, we have our variable geometric turbocharger, EGR cooler, EGR valve back there. It's just a clean engine. Makes it easy to work on. Get your coolant filter there. And then down here, you've got your oil filters. Then the fuel filters are on the other side, about the same position. We'll walk around the side of this thing and take a little closer look at some of the features. So starting at the top of the front of the truck here, notice we've got a stainless sun visor. Got 5 LED marker lights, and you'll see that LED theme continue throughout this truck, so it makes it really nice, long-lasting, low maintenance. Air horns up there, marker lights on the mirrors. Coming down to the front of the hood, you see our redesigned hood for the Pinnacle. It's just a little bit different than the prior version. LED headlamps, LED turn signals, and then a nice big aluminum clad stainless bumper with our dual tow hooks there. Coming around the side of the truck, aluminum wheels, 11R 22.5. These are Bridgestone R268s. Nice local steer tire, closed shoulder. Went ahead and put all stainless polished aluminum for air tanks, def tank cover, fuel tank, dual stacks. Nice bulldog rear view mirror there. Again, that is a 125-gallon fuel tank. There's a better shot of the dual stacks. We do have a trailer hookup light flush mounted on the rear, along with the pogo stick for our electric, trailer electric, and air lines. Nice deck plate there, so that way you can get up there and be safe. You can also see this handle right here by this side exhaust with the steps on the fuel tank. so that way your driver can maintain good contact while he's getting up and down. Back here, here's our Jost pinnable fifth wheel. This is convertible. These blocks can come out, and that'll allow you to haul a regular trailer, not a frameless. Van trailers, again, van trailers, hoppers, lowboys, anything that doesn't have an upper coupler that's movable. 11R 22.5 drive tires with all aluminum wheels. These are AccuRides. Coming around the back of the frame, you can see our stainless mud flap hangers, angled. That way we have a better chance of staying out of those dolly legs. And then again, the LED lights, that continual theme here. Those are integrated into the rear cross members, so we don't have that LED panel that hangs down anymore. Nicely integrated. See a better look at that air ride suspension. Do have drum brakes on this truck. Gear ratio is 3.25. It's a pretty standard gear ratio for this day cab truck, MP8 M-Drive. Again, that wheelbase on there, and wheelbase is from the center of the front axle to the center of the tandem. It's 207 inches. Over on this side of the truck, just want to show you this little turn signal marker light here. Again, that's LED. Got big thick handles for the drivers to get up in and out of the truck with, so that way they have good points of contact, again safe. And then our stainless exhaust system covers. This is our Mack 1 box. Has the DOC, the DPF, and the SCR all in one box. So it saves space on the frame rail, allows us to have a more compact design and still meet the emissions. Got a stainless battery box cover, and then a main battery disconnect switch here. On the transmission, we do this a lot. I want to show you our PTO and pump down here. So attached to the back of the transmission is our DIN medium speed PTO with an FR101 piston pump. Nice big glass at the back, so that way you've got plenty of visibility looking out the back window. Come back around to the front. You can see we put a split windshield in here. We do that for a lot of reasons, mainly cost. Much cheaper to replace one side of the windshield versus two. And our windshields are roped in, not glued in, so there's no time to wait for the glue to dry. But we'll take a closer look at the inside now and see some of the nice features that are there for the drivers inside the truck. So another nice feature that we have to help the drivers is a pre-trip in their pre-trip inspection here. That switch right there, it's a pre-trip assistant. So what that's going to do, so he doesn't have to have somebody checking all his lights when he hits a turn signals and brakes, you're going to see all the lights flash in a cycle. That way he knows they're all working. It's a little harder on the phone here, but he can come back and check his tail lights and turn lights to make sure they're all working. Well, yeah, that's one nice feature that we've got for the driver to help him out during his pre-trip. So once the driver's inside the cab here, he's got a very nice driver display to look at here between the analog gauges and the digital driver information display screen. Got your tachometer on the left, coolant temperature, oil pressure, depth gauge on the left, and on the right, got speedometer, fuel gauge, and your primary and secondary air tanks. Coming over from the steering wheel, here's our transmission controls. Again, you can see that's the premium shifter with the plus and minus. You can control the first 6 shifts if you need to maintain a low speed out of a field or whatever it is you're doing. Got a secondary set of analog gauges over here between oil temperature, transmission oil temperature, exhaust temperature, and boost pressure gauges. Down at the switch panel, we've got the grade gripper disable switch. Grade gripper is a great feature with the M-Drive transmission. It will hold the brakes for 3 seconds while your driver shifts from the brake pedal to the accelerator, and that way he prevents rollback. Got our automatic traction control to stable switch. Switch right there is an extra ignition tied in switch, so if you've got something else you need to put on the truck, we can operate that off the ignition. Inner axle locks, air suspension up and down, fifth wheel slide. There's our PTO control. Over here we've got our standard Bluetooth radio, so your driver can hook his phone up, have a conversation hands-free while he's going down the road. Barrel charger, storage, trailer brake, air brakes, climate controls. Down here we've got more storage and cup holders. Over on the passenger side you got your vents, power locks, power window. We've got a stationary seat in this one, but this material is very nice. We've got leather and cloth. Comes with an armrest, triangles. Got rear compartment storage back here. Then over here on the driver's controls on the steering wheel, starting from the left side, you've got your cruise control switches, on, off, cancel, resume, set. Here's your phone answer and hang up buttons. They cannot dial while they're going down the road, but they can answer and hang up the calls. On the right side of the steering wheel, you've got radio controls, mode selector, mute, station controls, and then volume control. Over here on the left stalk switch, left turn signal, right turn signal, flash to pass, wiper controls. On the right, we've got our menu controls here in the middle with this dial, so you can go down and see all the different screens and information that your driver will need as he's driving the truck. So that's just a cycle button, enter button, escape button. This also calls up the settings menu, so you can set your time, dates, get to your pre-trip assistant. Here's your truck menus, vehicle info, pop-up notices, pre-trip, truck data, settings. So you can navigate through those to do different functions there in the driver controls. Over here, you've got your headlamps, emergency lights, and then there's your trailer hookup light. Down on the door, you've got heated mirrors, moto mirror controls, power locks, and power windows. So a nice refresh here. The one thing that's really nice about these trucks is controls are within reach of the driver. He doesn't really have to take his eyes off the road to find these controls. They're all right here. So this dash kind of wraps around him. And then we've put some important controls on the steering wheel. So we're just trying to keep these guys safe out here on the road, but what a great truck. Love to drive this thing every day. So this is a 2024 Mack Pinnacle 64T day cab. So give us a call here at Vomack in Evansville. Both of these trucks are for sale. We'd love to help you out and get you set up with a new truck. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a great day.